Hey everyone, Neil deGrasse Tyson here, and welcome to a thought experiment that'll make you appreciate our humble little corner of the cosmos a bit more. Today, we're bending the laws of physics just a little and imagining what would happen if Earth had not one but two moons and, to really spice things up, two suns. Now I know what you're thinking, wouldn't that make Earth a giant cosmic disco ball? Well, maybe. But more importantly, it would dramatically alter our planet, from its tides to its very habitability. We're talking about changes so profound they'd make the extinction of the dinosaurs look like a walk in the park. So buckle up as we dive into this hypothetical scenario and explore the mind-blowing consequences of having two moons and two suns grace our skies. Get ready to have your cosmic perspective shifted. Let's start with the most obvious change, the tides. With two moons pulling on our oceans, we'd experience significantly more extreme tides. Forget your relaxing day at the beach, we're talking tidal waves that could make coastal cities a thing of the past. But the chaos doesn't stop there. Our current moon plays a crucial role in stabilizing Earth's axial tilt, which is what gives us our seasons. Throw another moon into the mix and all bets are off. We could be looking at extreme and unpredictable climate shifts, making our current worries about climate change seem quaint. And if those two moons get a little too close, well, let's just say that planetary collisions aren't exactly known for their subtlety. We could end up with a spectacular ring system like Saturn, but it would come at the cost of, everything on Earth. But hey, at least the nights would be brighter, right? Well, yes, but while romantics might rejoice, this constant illumination would wreak havoc on nocturnal ecosystems. Imagine owls trying to hunt, or fireflies trying to find mates with two moons shining down like celestial spotlights. Now let's crank up the heat, and imagine a world with not one but two suns. Yes, you heard that right, two blazing suns lighting up our sky. First and foremost, Earth would be significantly hotter, potentially even uninhabitable. The heat would be relentless, making it difficult for any form of life to survive. Forget about global warming, we're talking about global scorching. The intense heat would dry up water sources, turning lush landscapes into barren deserts. The delicate balance that allows life to thrive would be thrown completely out of whack. Ecosystems would collapse and many species would face extinction. And speaking of whack, our day-night cycle would be totally different. The presence of two suns would create a chaotic and unpredictable pattern of light and darkness. Depending on the configuration of our two suns, we might experience near constant daylight or have two sunrises and sunsets each day. Imagine the confusion and disruption this would cause. While this might sound cool in theory, it would disrupt our sleep cycles, plant growth, and basically every aspect of life as we know it. Constant daylight would make it difficult for humans and animals to rest, leading to widespread exhaustion and health issues. But perhaps the most significant issue with having two suns is the impact on Earth's orbit. The gravitational forces from two stars would create a complex and unstable orbital path. We'd be caught in a cosmic tug-of-war between two stars, which could make our orbit highly unstable. This instability could lead to extreme seasonal changes and unpredictable weather patterns. Imagine Earth being flung out of the habitable zone like a cosmic frisbee. Such a scenario would make it nearly impossible for life to sustain itself. Not exactly ideal for life as we know it. The once vibrant and diverse ecosystems would become desolate and lifeless. And let's not forget about the increased radiation. Two suns mean double the solar flares and cosmic rays bombarding our planet. The increased radiation would pose a serious threat to all forms of life. Our atmosphere might offer some protection, but it's a bit like bringing a water pistol to a supernova fight. In the end, while the idea of two suns might sound fascinating, the reality would be a harsh and unforgiving world. The challenges of extreme heat, disrupted cycles, unstable orbits, and increased radiation would make life as we know it nearly impossible. So, we've got scorching temperatures, chaotic tides, and an unstable orbit. These are not just minor inconveniences. They are extreme conditions that would push the very limits of survival for any form of life. The Earth, as we know it, would be a completely different place, almost unrecognizable. What does this mean for life on Earth? The diverse wildlife that we see today, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals, would face unprecedented challenges. People, too, would have to adapt to these new and harsh realities, finding ways to coexist with nature in a world that is constantly changing. Well, it wouldn't be easy, to say the least. Wildlife would struggle to find food and shelter, and plants would have to adapt to survive in harsh conditions. The delicate balance of ecosystems would be thrown into chaos, making survival a daily battle. Existing ecosystems would collapse, unable to cope with the dramatic changes. Forests that once thrived would wither away, and entire species could be wiped out. The interconnected web of life would be severely disrupted, leading to a domino effect of extinction and decline. Imagine deserts turning into ovens, rainforests becoming pressure cookers, and the once lush landscapes transforming into barren wastelands. The extreme heat would make it nearly impossible for many species to survive, and the heavy mist in rainforests would create a suffocating environment. And the poles? Well, let's just say they'd have a lot less ice. The melting ice caps would lead to rising sea levels, flooding coastal areas and displacing millions of people. The Arctic landscape, once a frozen wonderland, would become a watery grave. But life is tenacious, and it's possible that new extremophile organisms could evolve to thrive in this harsh environment. These resilient creatures would find ways to adapt, evolving unique traits to survive where others cannot. They would be the pioneers of this new world, showing us the incredible power of evolution. Imagine creatures with reflective skin to withstand the intense sunlight, their bodies designed to deflect the harmful rays and keep cool. These adaptations would be crucial for survival in a world where the sun's intensity is magnified. Or plants that have adapted to photosynthesize around the clock, taking advantage of the constant sunlight to grow and thrive. These plants would be the foundation of new ecosystems, providing food and oxygen in a world where traditional plants might not survive. Human civilization, however, would face an entirely different set of challenges. Our agriculture, infrastructure, and technology are all designed for a planet with one moon and one sun. The systems we've built over millennia would need to be rethought and redesigned from the ground up. In this new reality, we'd be starting from scratch, struggling to survive in a world that's constantly trying to throw us a cosmic curveball. Our technological setups, from solar panels to communication networks, would need to be adapted to handle the new environmental conditions. In this new reality, we'd be starting from scratch, struggling to survive in a world that's constantly trying to throw us a cosmic curveball. We'd have to go back to basics, using primitive tools and techniques to build a new civilization from the ground up. Struggling to survive in a world that's constantly trying to throw us a cosmic curveball, communities would need to band together, sharing resources and knowledge to overcome the daily challenges of this new world. Survivalists would become the new heroes, leading the way with their skills and ingenuity. Imagine trying to build a bridge that can withstand the pull of two moons, a feat of engineering that would require new materials and techniques. Engineers would need to think outside the box, coming up with innovative solutions to problems we've never faced before, or develop sunscreen strong enough to block the radiation from two suns. The increased UV exposure would pose serious health risks, and new protective measures would be essential for survival. It would be a monumental task, requiring ingenuity and innovation on a scale never seen before. The challenges would be immense, but so would the opportunities for growth and discovery, requiring ingenuity and innovation on a scale never seen before. Humanity has always risen to the occasion, and this would be no different. With creativity and determination, we could find ways to not only survive but thrive in this new world. Now let's step back for a moment and appreciate the mind-boggling complexity of this scenario. Imagine the vastness of space, the intricate dance of celestial bodies, and the delicate balance that keeps everything in motion. It's a cosmic ballet choreographed by the laws of physics, where even the slightest misstep can lead to chaos. We're not just talking about adding a couple of celestial objects to our sky, we're envisioning a scenario where the very fabric of our solar system is altered. Picture the night sky, not with one moon but with two, each casting its own shadow and influencing the tides in ways we can barely comprehend. We're talking about a complete overhaul of our solar system's dynamics. The introduction of an additional sun would not only double the light but also double the gravitational forces at play. This would create a complex web of interactions that could lead to unpredictable and potentially catastrophic outcomes. The gravitational forces between Earth, two moons and two suns would create a system so intricate and chaotic that it would make even the most seasoned astrophysicist break out in a sweat. The equations governing such a system would be mind-numbingly complex, requiring supercomputers to even begin to understand the potential outcomes. It's like trying to juggle chainsaws while riding a unicycle on a tightrope, blindfolded. The level of precision and control required to maintain such a balance is beyond our current technological capabilities. In all likelihood, such a system would be inherently unstable. The constant gravitational tug-of-war would create a scenario where the orbits of these celestial bodies would be in a state of perpetual flux. The constant push and pull between these celestial bodies would likely result in the ejection of one or more of them from the system. Imagine a planet being flung out into the cold, dark void of space, forever lost to the cosmos. It's a cosmic game of musical chairs, and someone is bound to be left standing, or rather, hurtling through space. The delicate balance that keeps our solar system stable would be thrown into disarray, leading to a cascade of unpredictable events. But even if by some cosmic miracle this system remained stable, the long-term effects on Earth would be profound. The additional gravitational forces would stretch and compress our planet, leading to geological upheaval on an unprecedented scale. The constant tidal forces could trigger massive volcanic eruptions, reshaping our planet's surface. Imagine entire continents being formed and destroyed in a matter of centuries, a geological blink of an eye. The unpredictable climate could lead to superstorms and extreme weather events that make our current hurricanes look like gentle breezes. The atmosphere would be in a constant state of turmoil, with weather patterns that defy prediction. And let's not forget about the potential for collisions. With so many celestial bodies in close proximity, the chances of impact events would skyrocket. With so many celestial bodies in close proximity, it's only a matter of time before something bumps into something else, potentially leading to catastrophic consequences for Earth. The impact of such collisions could be devastating, wiping out entire ecosystems and altering the course of life on our planet. So there you have it. Life on Earth with 2 moons and 2 suns would be a wild, unpredictable, and probably quite toasty ride. While the chances of this scenario actually happening are astronomically slim, it's a fun thought experiment that highlights the delicate balance that makes our planet habitable. It also reminds us that our understanding of the universe is constantly evolving. What we think is impossible today might become tomorrow's groundbreaking discovery. So, keep looking up at the stars, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring the wonders of the cosmos. And hey, if you ever find yourself on a planet with 2 moons and 2 suns, be sure to pack your sunscreen, a good tide chart, and a whole lot of courage. You're going to need it.